Do you ever feel trapped in negative thoughts? Have you ever wondered why certain fears, anxieties, and thought patterns keep repeating in your life? If this has been happening with you for such long time, understand your subconscious mind is negatively programmed. But now, no need to worry about this because here is the solution, and solution is cognitive behavior therapy. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Kashika Jain. I'm a psychologist. So, in this video, we will understand about CBT. As you know, CBT stands for cognitive behavior therapy. This is a very powerful psychological therapy which helps us to understand the strong connection among our thoughts, emotions, and behavior. CBT says the way you think affects the way you feel and the way you behave. Similarly, the way you feel, it affects the way you think and the way you act. And also, the way you act, your activities affect your emotions and your thought patterns. So there is very strong connection among your thoughts, emotions, and behavior. If you change your thought patterns, it automatically influences your emotions and gradually you change your actions. On the other hand, if you change your actions, it changes your emotions as well as your thinking pattern. So you can start from your thinking or your activities. Just by changing one thing, automatically it changes other things. So how CBT works? What are the main traits of CBT? CBT helps us to understand our faulty thinking patterns. We identify distorted thinking patterns and we call it cognitive distortions. And after identifying these distorted thinking pattern, we do cognitive restructuring. We acknowledge the distorted thought, we catch it, we label it. For example, if someone is having this thought, if I go there, people will judge me, people will laugh at me. So, you need to understand that person is doing mind reading. This is a cognitive distortion. And a person is simply assuming or trying to claim that he knows about others' thought process. He knows that what others are going to think about him. This is a cognitive distortion called mind reading. And his mind is distorting this reality. Might be he thinks negatively for himself or he has low self-esteem. So that's why his mind is distorting this reality. He is assuming and he is suffering just because of his assumptions. So we catch the distorted patterns, we label it as this is mind reading, and we encourage the person to think from the different perspective. What are the alternative thinking patterns can be in the same situation? Like for example, instead of thinking this way, that if I go there, people will laugh at me, we encourage person to think like that. This is my assumption, not the fact. I'm assuming, I'm thinking that other person is going to think about me this way. But generally, in gathering, people keep busy in themselves. They enjoy, they greet, meet, or they behave nicely. And even then, if they think negatively about me, so they will express their opinion. That's not fact about me. So in this way, when you change your thinking pattern, you change the way of your thinking and you understand which is in your control and which is beyond your control. You do not expect everyone to be nice with you. You simply understand some people can make fun of me, On the other side, some people can treat me very well. So this is beyond my control. And you free yourself from this concern. And you believe in yourself and you acknowledge that people are different and every different person can give you different experience. And when you change your thinking pattern, so automatically you feel a shift in your emotions and you take different actions. So initially, by that thought process that if I go there, people will judge me. So emotion was anxious, fear of judgment, and that person was planning to escape from that situation. But now, after thinking rationally, practically, in a realistic way, now that person is having that confidence to go there and probably he will take action that he will go to that place or meet with the people. So, most possible chances are like this. So, like this, we teach person to catch his or her distortions, and after labeling them, we encourage person to reframe the thought process in their mind. So this way CBT helps a person a lot to change his thinking pattern, and also we encourage person for behavioral experiments. See, simply face your situations, gradually expose yourself to the challenging anxiety producing situations and see what happens. Keep the positive thought in mind. Just gather the courage and be committed to face that situation. And when you face that situation with commitment, with the positive thinking, you have some experience. And just evaluate your experience and understand initially what I was assuming did not come true. My experience is altogether different, and that different experience will give you confidence, and you will practically understand, okay, so what we assume always doesn't come true. So that way you train your brain not to assume, just go and experience in realistic situation. So CBT helps a person to think rationally, to think practically, and also a person gains confidence to do behavioral experiments. So identifying the negative thought patterns and after labeling them, thinking in a different perspective, and this process we call cognitive restructuring, because we all have a structure in our brain. We have some dialogue, some visuals, some feelings associated with some particular event or with a person. So because we have some thoughts, emotions and some visuals, so our brain keep guiding us based upon our past experiences or references we collect from the environment, and we have automatic thoughts. If your previous experiences or your collected references are negative, then you will be having negative thoughts. But if your experiences are positive, your references are also positive, you will have an automatic positive thought. But if you have been struggling with some fears, some anxieties, and you constantly avoid the situation or you struggle with dealing with the situation, then you must try cognitive behavior therapy, because it's really helpful, because it changes your way of thinking. And when your perspective changes for something, then you gather the courage to face that situation. And by exposing to that situation, you gain experience. And that experience actually gives you confidence to experience that situation again and again. And gradually, after 4 or 5 repetition of experience, you gain a natural confidence. And By having that positive experience continuously, your mind starts giving you positive suggestions as well. And you start having positive automatic thoughts from your mind. So experiences plays crucial role. So make sure that you don't escape. You try to face the situation. Initially, you may feel anxiety, but by reframing your thoughts, gathering some courage to face the situation, and taking appropriate actions will change your subconscious reprogramming. Your mind will automatically flush out the old programming and it will catch the reset experiences and programming. And also make sure about the environment, what you see, what content you consume, with whom you hang out, what type of books you read, what type of podcasts you listen. Everything matters a lot because information matters a lot. Information plays very crucial role in your brain programming because whatever you feed in your mind, that's the only base for your mind to create automatic thoughts. So understand, by making small changes, you make significant difference in your life. CBT helps to everybody. Doesn't matter you are struggling with anxiety, depression, OCD, normal day-to-day life stress, you are struggling with insomnia or other disorders. It's really helpful and therapists use this therapy worldwide. It is one of the most powerful psychotherapy. Very easy to understand and also very easy to apply because the foundation rule of CBT is the way you think influences the way you feel and it also influences your actions. And similarly, your emotions and your actions influences your thinking patterns. So this is the foundation rule. It's very simple yet very, very powerful. It works for everybody. It works very effectively and also it is very simple. So there are list of cognitive distortions like mind reading, personalization, magnification, minimization, mental filtering, emotional reasoning, disqualifying the positive, fortune telling, lots of other distortions. The list is so long. Stay relaxed. I will make a video series of CBT where I'll be discussing about these cognitive distortions in detail and I will also give you examples of sufferers who had been suffering with those kind of distorted thinking patterns and was struggling in their life. Now they are out of their struggle and they are living their life normally. And also they are capable of identifying their negative thought patterns if sometimes by chance some faulty patterns appears in their mind, they are able to catch that thought pattern and they label it and they reframe it in their mind. And the moment they reframe that thought pattern in their mind, they feel differently and they take different actions. And by changing their emotions, by changing their actions, they start thinking in right way. So thinking happens both ways. We consciously think as well as we have thoughts. So it's a two-way process. So if you want to have automatic positive thoughts fit to your situation, helpful thoughts, then you need to program your mind positively, realistically. For that you need to give those kind of experiences which boost your confidence. Even if you have a negative experience, so consider it as a feedback. Never say it's my failure. Say it's just an experience teaching me something very valuable. So this way you collect only positive experiences and you teach your brain, no matter what situations are, what events are happening in the environment, what people I meet, I am a positive person. I want positive meaning in every situation. This is not about toxic positivity. It is about maintaining your good state of mind. Because situations and events and people are beyond your control, and they will be out of your control always. Partially, in some situations, you may have some control, but mainly they are out of control. So, what is in your control? In your control is your thinking, in control, your response towards that situation. So, to maintain a good response towards situation, to think rightly, you need to feed your mind right information. So, interpret every experience positively, even if in real that experience is not that much positive. Take some learning and flush out the negative emotions from your system and accept the situation the way it happened, because you cannot fight with the reality. If you try to fight with the reality, you actually defeat. Eventually, you defeat, and you actually like move in a cycle of initially you overreact, like as you are shocked, and then you express your anger or you feel too much anxious, and then you try to fix the situation. But when you got to know the reality, you cannot fix everything because that's out of your control. Then you feel little depressed, more anxious, and eventually after battling with that phase, you need to accept. And if eventually you need to accept, why not to accept it initially? So doesn't matter in your life something happening which you expected, or unexpected something happened which was unexpected. You need to develop an attitude of accepting the reality. Whatever is coming your way, simply by default you are in acceptance mode. If you learn to lead life this way, you program your mind positively, and this mind will serve you like a best friend. It will interpret on behalf of you every event, situation, a person positively, and you will start having positive thoughts. And as per the thumb rule of the CBT, if you're thinking positively, you will feel positive and you will take right actions on time. So you need to train your mind for positivity. If you want your mind to work in your favor, first train it. Then it will work effortlessly to serve you 24 into 7. So I hope you got a very clear idea about CBT, how it works, and what you learn when you attend the CBT sessions. And it is a very popular therapy, and therapists and people use it worldwide. It's really helpful. Now, I want a favor from you. Please share this video with your friends and family members, and do subscribe this channel. It means a lot to me. Give your love to me by liking this video and leave an encouraging comment for me. And if you are interested in watching content in Hindi, I have my other channel. Just type my name, Dr. Kashika Jain, and you will find it. Do subscribe that channel also, and you can on the subtitles in English, and you can watch that video as well. I will see you in the next video. Take care.